something I didn't realize. So I worked at Salesforce.com for a few years, and then I left, I don't know, 10 years ago. And something I just see is more and more important, more and more vital, is this idea of sales specialization. All right. So I wrote about it in Predictable Revenue. Right. Prospectors should basically the idea that salespeople shouldn't prospect. They should have prospectors who prospect, closers who close. And if you have inbound leads, sort of like an inbound SDR, inbound lead responder, and after someone signs up as a customer, different roles for sort of post sales, customer support, customer success, account management, and those should be separate. The metaphor I use is, I don't know any sports team where a coach will tell the team, say in soccer or football, all right, everybody go attack and defend and block the goal. Like everyone do everything. But in sales, we do that. So it's more of a standard practice. Say in Silicon Valley, companies all specialize. It's still the exception. I'll give you one example where even people who do specialize their salespeople, where they get it wrong. Or they don't go far enough. And one of those cases is when you have, I think the term now, standard term is called SDR, Sales Development Representative. And really this term means a junior salesperson who's not closing deals. They're either doing outbound prospecting or they are responding to inbound leads, website leads. And there's a lot of flavors here, but when you mix those two roles, you have one person who's doing inbound lead response and outbound prospecting. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And of course, if it's 95% outbound and 5%, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about, they have a significant amount of work in both and they're trying to juggle, and those two roles don't mix. And here's a couple of reasons why. First, the rhythm is different. Right? Inbound leads need like a minutes to hours to a 24-hour kind of response time. You have to drop everything and respond. And that's the exact opposite of what a prospector needs to do, or even a salesperson, when they're spending blocks of time list building or writing or researching or mapping out accounts or doing calls. So the rhythm on outbound is kind of this takes 2 to 4 weeks to go from zero, like a cold account, to having a qualified opportunity. And it just doesn't mix. It's, again, the same thing with a salesperson, which is you really want to avoid having them handle the leads coming into your website for the same reasons. And there are exceptions, like if there's really hot leads or demos, but a salesperson needs to be focused on proposals or pipeline, even if they're inside, much less if they're in the field and they're driving around or traveling. And to have that, to be able to like respond quickly to an inbound lead, it doesn't match up. So that has to be separated, the inbound lead response and outbound prospecting. It doesn't happen enough.